this next little clip is we were called forest gardening. We're doing it inside rather than outside because it's cold out there. And it's just a few of my thoughts because I'm always involved with the forest gardens of North Wales or any other gardens in North Wales. If you go to North Africa, you will see the forest garden concept in action. You will get layers of plants growing one under the other, like you get in a natural forest. In North Africa, go to Morocco or somewhere, Tunisia, you will get big tall date palms as the top layer, the top canopy. Then as a second canopy below them, you might get, for example, pomegranates. Below them yet again, you might get cereals growing. I think barley's the main one they grow. Certainly in the Canaries, you get, so there's three layers there, to an extent emulating the wild. If you read your books about forest gardening, remember they're always written by people very evangelical. If you read your books about forest gardening, they will say on the ground you could have strawberries perhaps, piles of rotten logs to make mushrooms. Then you could have a canopy, a layer of bushes, currants, gooseberries and so on. Above them you could have another layer of fruit trees on small rootstocks, apples and pears and so on. Above that, a top layer of apples and pears and so on big rootstocks or even walnut trees. Lots and lots of layers like we get out there in Mother Nature. However, there are problems with this. For example, especially somewhere like North Wales. In North Wales, there are two problems: are lack of light and excess of moisture. If you have lots of layers in North Wales, invariably your fruit at the bottom will not ripen, and the plants won't be able to synthesize very well. Also, perhaps even more importantly, because you're getting all these layers, all this build up, all this enclosed canopy, there's a tendency for things to become damp and humid. Damp and humid leads to fungal situations, fungal conditions. For example, the obvious ones, say in your top fruit, in your apples and pears, would be scab on the fruit, canker in the wood. So what my thoughts and my experiences is, don't cram stuff in, keep it open.
Airy as possible.
What?
Airy as possible.
Oh, as airy, yeah, airy as possible. Don't cram loads of stuff.
Not hairy.
No. Yeah, right. Airy, as much air and light as possible. Don't overstuff your forest garden, because if you live in a damp climate, you'll find it won't work. And make sure you choose, for example, varieties that can flourish in low light and high humid conditions, varieties that are disease resistant, because it's damper in a forest garden, and also you can't rake up your infected leaves or pick up your rotten fruit, so you're in a situation where you're likely to get reinfections, a cycle of reinfection. That's it really. I hope I'm not being a downer, but do your homework, do your thinking before you just start banging everything into the ground. Okay, thanks, Sarah.